Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. If this is your first time on this channel, I want to welcome you. And by way of introduction, I am Ingrid B. Miller, a transformational lifestyle coach, author, speaker, and entrepreneur. My sole mission in life is to help you uncover your best self by honoring your being, taking ownership of your story, standing in your truth, and manifesting your authentic self. My prayer for you this year is that you will prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. This is the first full 2 weeks of 2022. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you one thing. How are you doing with that resolution you have made for 2022? Have you stuck to it, or have you allowed the naysayers who have come out to tell you that you would not have made it past the first 2 weeks of 2022? And even if you have, that you won't make it past March of this year. I don't know about you, but I am sick and I am tired of these naysayers telling you that you will not make it. And if you are also sick and tired, I invite you to join me in what I call the resolution revolution. When men and women in history didn't like something, or there was an injustice, you know what they did? They started a revolution. Are you sick and tired of the naysayers who are telling you that you will fail? Like I said, I know I am. And if you are, then get ready to join me on this resolution revolution. There are four distinct things that I have found out about a revolution. One is that someone got tired of an injustice and decided to do something about it. The second is that they had a plan. The third is it takes time to achieve the results. And the fourth is that you have to have a made up mind to stick and stay with the plan or the decision you made. Preparation is the key for battle. And as your CEO, your Chief Encouragement Officer, my responsibility is to ensure that you're fully outfitted for this revolution as a soldier equipped for battle. So get your pens and papers out and take some critical notes that will prep and prime your minds and equip you with the ammunition you need for this battle. Let the battle cry sound. It's a revolution. The first key, ladies and gentlemen, is to write out your resolution. When I was in the world of trust and estate planning years ago, whenever a decision had to be taken by the trustee, it would be in the form of a resolution. It was dated and signed by the trustee, which meant it became a legal and binding agreement. For this revolution, ladies and gentlemen, you are your own trustee, and I am your CEO, your Chief Encouragement Officer. Your responsibility is to decide what you want to resolve, if you haven't done so already, and mine is to help you document, date, and deliver on it. In Habakkuk 2:2-3, the New King James Version, it says, "Write the vision and make it plain on tablets that he may run who reads it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, and at the end it will speak and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." Would you agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, that this is the ideal scripture for a revolution? And the four distinct features that I mentioned earlier are captured in it. The first is the prophet Habakkuk was sick and tired of the stubbornness of the nation of Judah and their refusal to turn from their sinful ways. The second, that he went to God and asked, how long will he put up with this intolerable condition? And the third is that God gave him his response and told him to write out the plan on tablets, on paper, on your computer, on your iPhone, that all may see it. And third, he told him that it was going to take time. Yes, the vision will take time. And the last thing he said was that you have to have a made-up mind to wait for it. So my question is, what is it that you have resolved to do? Or if you haven't done so yet, what is it that you want to resolve to do? What's your intention? What is it that you want to achieve? Let's look at 3 popular resolutions. The first is weight loss. What do you want to achieve from this resolution? Is it to eat healthier, to feel fit and fit better in your clothes? Or is it to stabilize your blood sugar and blood pressure so you can stop spending on medication? Or is it to just take better care of your temple, your body in which the Spirit of God dwells? The second one, to save more. What's your drive to do so? What's your intention with this? Is it to retire early? To have more to invest and make your money work for you? Or is it to have peace and contentment? To take more vacation with your family? Or is it to become debt-free, one debt at a time? The third one, to exercise or even to start exercising. What is your drive to do this? Is it to have more energy, to maintain the size from your weight loss? Or is it to remain heart healthy? Now that you have answered your intentions questions, the next step is now to think about the goal that is most important to you and one that will lead to results, successive results. You see, resolving to do too many things at one time can become frustrating and you will give up. But if you choose a goal, one that you will get some easy wins from, it will encourage you to move on to bigger and better goals. So that's what I want to encourage you to do. Choose a simple goal, a goal that will give you easy wins, that will give you a motivation and inspire you to get to a bigger goal. So for example, say you want to lose weight. How about resolving to refrain from eating one particular food? You can choose any food that you want to, that contributes to excessive calories. Or if it is to save more, how about starting to save a minimal amount and put that in an account that you do not use any at all? Or if it is to start exercising, how about resolving to start doing so once or even twice or even 3 times a week, walking around your neighborhood, whether it's the morning or in the evening, whichever works for you. It has twofold benefits. You'll start moving and then you'll start meeting your neighbors. Whichever ones you choose, just do something small that will give you some quick wins that will motivate you and inspire you to move on to bigger and better things. So when you have decided, what you need to do is document your resolution, date and sign it, and stay focused on it to deliver. Your resolution could be along the lines of, I, Ingrid B. Miller, Resolve that for the year 2022, I will listen to the internal nudges and follow through on them immediately so that there will not be room for the devil to seize and steal any opportunity I have to do so. Signed, Ingrid B. Miller. Date, January 16, 2022. It's as simple as that. The second thing is to enlist an accountability partner, one who has achieved the results you are seeking. You will learn very quickly that it's important that you choose an accountability partner who has achieved or gone down the road you are now traveling on, so that you or them will not become frustrated. Because if you choose someone who has not gone down the road you're going down, you will find that sooner or later, both of you will become frustrated because they can't encourage you. They can't lift you up when you fall, because guarantee you're going to stumble sometimes. And you need that person who has gone down that road to lift you up and say, hey, focus, you can do this. Read your resolution. You signed it, you date it, you're going to focus in it, and you're going to stick to it. You need that kind of person to help you. I'll tell you something. When one of my cousins, who she wanted to achieve a similar results that I achieved, when she asked me to be her accountability partner, I didn't hesitate. She knew exactly why she asked me to do it, because years before that, when she took her then fiance to introduce to me, I remember him saying, is she pregnant? He didn't know at the time that I heard him. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, I had gone from a size 4 right up to a size 10. And that was a lot for me, because my height and my size should be compatible, and they were not compatible. I had gotten very comfortable in my new lifestyle, and I just did away with everything that I knew was right. But that day, I resolved that I was going to get back to my size 4. So what did I do? I enlisted an accountability partner, my mom. My mom had gone down that road, and she was a disciplinarian when it came to sticking to it. And I started doing what she did, which was eating small meals per day. I ate portions. I did minimal exercise. Like, I started walking on the treadmill. And what I did to encourage myself was that I got into a little competition with my partner at that time to see who could burn the most calories. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to say that years later, I am back down to my size 4, and I'm maintaining it by still eating 6 small meals per day with some exercise, of course, to help retain and maintain the weight. So she knew exactly why she wanted me to be her accountability partner. And guess what? She was in one country and I was in the next country. But that didn't stop it, because with all sort of communication medium these days, nothing can stop you. And she enlisted me. And I'm happy to report that today, my cousin, she went from a size 16 and she is looking rather lovely at a size 10. And you know what I am proud of? The small wins led to bigger wins, because not only did she lose or shed those pounds, she completed something she started years ago, and she is now her own boss. She is the CEO of a growing and a thriving cosmetology company. So ladies and gentlemen, one small win led to a bigger win. And it's the same for you. One small win can lead to bigger wins. Final thing is to retrain your thinking. This is the greatest and only weapon to winning this revolution. Everything begins and ends with your mind. And that's where the naysayers try to get to you by shooting their poison arrows of their words directly into your mind. I say this because trying is all they can do. Because if you don't believe what you're hearing, it will have no effect on you. I'll share with you 2 examples of stories from the Bibles where people shut up their naysayers because they believed. The first is about a blind man. He was blind from birth, and when he heard that Jesus was passing his way, he started screaming on top of his lungs, "Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me." The crowd, the naysayers around him, told him to be quiet. Shh, don't make so much noise. Don't call to him. He's a very important man. You of all the person should be calling to him. And the more they told him, the louder he shouted, "Jesus of Nazareth, have mercy on me." It got Jesus' attention. He ordered the naysayers to bring the man to him. When they did, Jesus said to him, "What do you want me to do?" The man said, "That I might receive my sight." Jesus said, "Do you believe I can do this?" He said, "Of course, I've heard all about the miracles you have done, and yes, I believe." And Jesus said, "According to your belief, be it done unto you." And immediately the man received his sight. The other story is about Jesus himself and a lady named Martha. Now, Martha was the brother of Lazarus, who was also Jesus's friend. Lazarus took sick, and when he did, Martha sent for Jesus so he could come and heal him. But Jesus got distracted or sidetracked, and by the time he got to where they were, Lazarus had already died and was buried. Martha was furious. She accosted Jesus and said, "If you had been here, my brother would not have died." Jesus said, "Martha, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. Do you believe that?" Martha said, "Yes, Jesus, I do believe." And with that, Jesus said, "Show me where you have buried him." Martha said, "But he's been dead for 4 days. His body's stinking everything." Jesus said, "Roll away the stone." And when they did, he called forth Lazarus, and he came forth alive. Jesus shut up Martha, and he shut up the other people around who were there bawling, even his own disciples who didn't believe that he would have raised Lazarus from the dead, because they said, "Oh, let us go with him so we can cry and mourn with them." So you see, ladies and gentlemen, when you believe, anything is possible. So that's the third and final weapon that I want to share with you: evolution and resolution to be effective. So you might be wondering, how do I retrain my thinking? I'll be happy to share that with you. First of all, you have to make sure you purge your crowd. You have to find out, who are the people around you? What are they up to? Because sometimes, the people, the closest people to you, are your biggest naysayers. Remember my cousin that I talked about earlier? Well, when she started losing all the weight, some of the comments that she received from her own family that, "Hey, you're not looking so great anymore because all your rear end is receding." And you see, they didn't give it time. They thought she would look like that without firming up and looking great again. But with some exercise, that girl firm up, and now she is, like I said, looking very comfortable at a size 10. So some of the naysayers can be as close to you as your family members. So you have to be careful. Who are you listening to? Who are you allowing to speak into your life? You have to weed them out. Another method is that you have to train your ears to listen to words that will build you up. I record my own words on my iPhone. And each morning, I listen to them as I get ready to go to work. It's my mind machine exercise. And this is an everyday exercise for me, because the minute you stop listening to words that will build you up is the minute those negative words will start playing and start sabotaging your thoughts. My dear husband, he's always coming up with some ways to help me to keep my mind in a right way of thinking. And here's something that he took from a movie called Top Gun. It says, negatory ghostwriter, the pattern is full. So he says, if you keep your mind filled with good thoughts, when those negative thoughts start coming in, all you have to say, negatory ghostwriter, the pattern is full. So I want to share that with you. Anytime you hear your negative thoughts start replaying, just remember what my husband says, negatory ghostwriter, the pattern is full. So now that you are armed and ready for this revolution, I want you to position yourself. Stand firm on the decision you resolve to make. Check in frequently with your accountability partner and keep retraining your thinking daily by, remember, to purge your inner circle and also to keep feeding your minds with positive words and thoughts. Now, if you think that you do not have an accountability partner anywhere near you, look no further. I am here. Just like my cousin, we live in different countries, but she enlisted me. I am available to be your accountability partner. I am tried and proven, and I will help you uncover your best self by honoring your being, taking ownership of your story, standing in your truth, and manifesting your authentic self. So if you're ready for this revolution, then I invite you to send me an email. The address is in the description below, or message me on WhatsApp, and let's talk. And let's get together and be active and win this revolution, because, ladies and gentlemen, it is possible. So join me and let's start this revolution, and put the naysayers and their words to death.